especially if you're staying in the same thing. Money. Now we can go into our single back ace. Keep him on his toes, you know.
See if we can get a dub.
We want to make sure we put dive in the audibles. Go away from his corner. On the right side, go left. Pretty much how we do this to get the easy codes. Know what I'm saying? Money. Very hard. And like I said, you want to learn that scheme, go check out the members area because you need to. Okay? You need to. Because it's also known as the Patriots, but in the Patriots it's the Wildcats pass. But learn it because the scheme is powerful. I vouch for it. A lot of competitive players do vouch for it. I'm not in the comp scene because that's just a young guy's game, bro. Like, you know, playing 2,000 games in a month. It's just, I can't do it, son. I'm not gonna do it. I'd have to stop doing everything that I'm doing just to do that, and I ain't gonna do that, man. Hell no. And then you're not guaranteed nothing, so you could just be doing it for nothing, man. But if you do win, obviously, you get money. But I'm good. Alright, if I can make the adjustments, then we're good, but I guess I'm gonna have to come back to this right here. Let's go ahead and make sure that's off, and then we can come back to our well-known plays. Man up the tight end. He's running. My man's running it. Be careful. Be careful. I'm pass committing again because I'm not scared. Get him! Gotta throw that away. He tried to throw that away.
Damn, I'm over this bitch. Not.
Oh, man. They thought verticals against that cover 3. Gotta be careful. Pick it! Does he drop it? Yeah, he dropped it again. Punt me the ball, son. Punt me the ball. Don't be the hero. Just punt me the ball. Alright, he's going for it, bro. He's gonna give it to him. That's the unfortunate part. Is that they're gonna give it to him, bro. Let's go! That's why we rely on that blitz, baby. That's why we rely on it. That's exactly why. Back to ace. Make it hard and brutal for these guys because it's hard to stop this run scheme, man. I mean, it's not hard, but watch this right here, okay? This is what I mean. It doesn't matter if he presses either. I'm sending A away. Because your outside third backs up. Bro, come on. Trying to show off the play. You're supposed to jump back in, man, and go up the field. That's how it's supposed to work. I'm coming to the outside. Let's go cook. That's how you cook. Now let's see if this guy is smart enough to remember the tight end whip. Might be. He might be. He's on that side. Ooh. And he might be. I mean, I dare say I can have that guy. Let's just do that. Let's be safe about it. Let's just be safe about it. You know what? There is another play. And this is the church tight end play. This is in the members area as well. I'm going to show it to you guys here. But this is run play here. It's an RPO zone alert bubble. And typically when they run the zone, these guys will back up. They'll back cut them before they engage. But we have to worry about zones, bro. So let's just try to see if we get a double team going. Who knows, right? Just give me my birds now. Just like that. Hell yeah. Back to the ace.
All right, let's go. Let's go. See if we can get this dub. And try not to burn the crib up. Steady nodding off in this motherfucker. Why?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And some room to run now. And a pretty quick burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Breaks a tackle now with Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Handoff coming left is Vaughn. take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Deuce Vaughn with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Come on.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and 9. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how I just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 14, first down Commanders. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's finally taken down. And it's a big gain there. And will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. again here with Robinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 52 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh,
almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the 2nd quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 1st down, they go back to Vaughn again. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right, it was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Aubrey good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Damn, I can't wait to go to bed, boy. Can't let this motherfucker score on me while I'm not.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Come on. Hey.
Now a play fake here on first down. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
But when you hit him on a move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. He'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Rodriguez. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Well, I have to say that I've never, ever seen this one before. They get the interception, but instead of taking the football, they accept the penalty.
But, Brandon, you ever heard the term overthinking it? Because that's what it feels like to me. They had the interception. Why are you going to turn that one back? I'm really curious to hear what the explanation would be for making that decision.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Robinson with another carry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 10. Give to Robinson on the option. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle. I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well.
They'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pitch it to Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. He's going to try and take off with it. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 146 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
He gets away from one, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching it point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's home. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Desperation time here. Lance, he's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down. And he'll get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 4th and 1. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Here we go. Set. Check right.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Off of play action, here's Lance. There is incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Lance now to throw. Throw complete right side the cross. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Vaughn, they'll try the left side. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
That's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Well, this one into the hands of Vaughn. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he stopped immediately there. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. Down to about the 22 here.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. That is not going to be any help as as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here we go. This is 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance.
Oh, good
That's going to
game.
sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And they finally complete this return. But now the ball is all the way down to the 37.
Good, definitely.
4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Shit woke us up. It's some bullshit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. There's a give to Rodriguez on the option. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A give to Robinson on the option. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Again, a good friend in football always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Lance back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Here's Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington,
the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I poured it out onto baking sheets and I let it dry for about an hour. Halfway through I mixed it just to get all of the grain dry. And what we're looking for is at the end the surface of the grain to be dry. After the grain was dry, I tried to evenly distribute it through the remaining 4 jars. But it turns out that I had way more grain than I needed. So I ended up taking some of the extra grain and putting it into a couple other jars and using that for a lion's mane project that I got going on. Just want to give you all a quick view of how I install the plugs into the top of the lids. It's not super hard to do, but it does take a little bit of technique. So you kind of have to wiggle it in and squeeze the bottom part that penetrates through the lid. And then I give it a little twist on the way in, and it actually helps it seat pretty well. I'm covering each of the vent ports with micropore tape. This is a product that comes from 3M, and it's what I use as the vent on all of my grain jars. For the 2 boil-only jars, I cover them with tin foil, and this is actually one thing that I'm not really convinced is required either, but kind of out of habit, it's something that I still do. I think in the future I'm just going to skip this step. So I put a trivet in the bottom of my pot on the stove at home, threw the jars in, got the water up to a boil, and then covered the pot with a lid. And actually I had a little bit of difficulty finding the right lid, so I threw this big fat lid on first and then eventually found the correct lid for the pot. So you can still see what's going on inside the pot while it boils. I'll let the jars boil for 30 minutes. Conveniently, this helped me get my breakfast done at the same time. Alright, so jars 3 and 4 are ready to go. Just gotta let them cool down, and then later we can inoculate them. For jars 5 and 6, I'm gonna pressure cook these at 15 psi for 90 minutes. And this is the standard procedure that I use for any time I make grain spawn in the traditional fashion. Once the pressure cooker got up to 15 psi, I turned my heat source down a little bit so that it didn't vigorously boil, but maintained 15 psi. Alright, so now this day, and I've let all 4 of these jars cool down. I have a syringe here of liquid culture, and this is king oyster. I think elsewhere in this video I might have called it blue oyster, but this is a king oyster liquid culture, which is just mycelium that's suspended in a syringe full of water. I start out by shooting a little bit of rubbing alcohol onto the injection ports here, and then I heat the needle up until it glows red. Shoot a little bit of the liquid culture out to cool the needle, and then I injected about 3 cc's into each of these jars. Moving over to the lacto-ferment jars, this here is jar number 1, and it's fermented for 10 days at this point. And you can see there's no injection port installed, there's no tape put over the hole for the vent. I'm trying to just leave it open so that any bacteria and fungi, spores, or anything that's in the atmosphere can get through those holes and help establish that lacto-ferment environment that we're looking to get here. You see the grain looks pretty soupy right now. It's pretty sticky on the outside of the grain, and I think that's just a result of the grain skin breaking down under the lacto-fermentation. I rinsed the grain off with some cold water, and then I let it sit for about an hour to drip dry, and then moved it over to a drying pan, and I put a shirt down to help absorb some of the liquid. In the last project, I had a lot of problems with too wet of grain, so in this experiment, I'm going to try to dry it out a little bit more. Eventually, I put it under a fan to help dry it even faster. So after about 2 hours of air drying, the grain looks nice and ready to go for inoculation. So I'm going to be using a culture here from a pink oyster grow that I did a while back. And this is pink oyster that's been on agar for a few months. I'm cutting the agar inside my still air box because I don't want to contaminate my agar here. But as you can see, I'm not taking all the precautions. I didn't bother putting gloves on, and I didn't even spray anything down on the inside. I ran out of rubbing alcohol and I've been too lazy to go to the store and get more. So I'm taking, we'll call it very moderate precautions here to not contaminate my pink oyster. And then in open air, I'm just scraping those 2 little chunks of agar into jar number 1 for the lacto-ferment. And I decided not to film this part of it, but I did the exact same procedure with jar number 2. Except for that one was fermented for 14 days instead of 10 days. I'll talk about results of that in just a second. Hey, what's up everyone? So today is day 21 of this experiment. Just a reminder of what we got going on here. So these 2 jars are both lacto-fermented. The first jar I fermented for 10 days. Jar 2 I fermented for 14 days. And then jars 3 and 4, so I prepared the grain like I normally would, except for I didn't pressure cook. And instead of pressure cooking, I put the grain into a pot on the stove and boiled it for 30 minutes. And then these 2, they didn't colonize at all, which is kind of weird, but I prepared these just like normal. These were supposed to be my control samples. I don't know why that happened, but yeah, sometimes that just happens. So I want to talk a little bit about the results. With jar 1, it looked pretty good. The grain was looking great when it dried, and then when I put it back in the jar, I threw the agar in, and it was looking pretty bang up. But as you can see, it got colonized pretty rapidly with green mold, and then yellow mold and black mold is in there too. The oyster started taking off, but it got quickly taken over by the competing molds. So jar number 2 it actually started colonizing pretty well with the pink oyster, but again, this one also got taken over by green mold. So I think all that green mold is coming in from the drying process. In the past, like when I did the first experiment with lacto-fermentation, I used corn, but I didn't dry it very well, and it ended up being really wet in the bottom of the jar. And you can see that here,